Today I'm going to be talking about money, and it's a subject that I think is very important. I know some people go through life and ignore the subject of money, but I'm sure those who are working and those who have finished university, you then realize that you are going to spend most of your time looking for money. Whether you're a Christian or non-Christian, the things that we are going to be talking about, they will affect you, they will impact you. And one of the things that I always want to say is that we are living in there's a saying which says, money makes the world go round. This is a financial world. If you don't have money, you can't drive, you can't buy your clothes, you can't eat. Even if somebody gives you for free, somebody paid money somewhere to start that whole process. And over the years, I then realized that in all the degrees that I have, master's degrees, over the years of education, I don't know how many, maybe you can say 23 years of education, there wasn't really anybody that taught us how to manage money. And most of us, we come from backgrounds where we don't have people that have managed money well. Those who had money, they didn't manage it well. And those who didn't have money, they attacked money. Anybody who've got money, Anechkwambo, Anenyoka, Garomba, and all those kind of things. And we are still living in that framework of thinking. So the purpose of this is, number one, to change your mindset. Number two, to give you practical things that you can do or that you have to do so that you are able to survive going forward. Even if you don't have money now, okay, you need to know what to do when money comes into your hands. Because a lot of people, everybody, at some point you will have your money season. And what you do during that season becomes very critical, whether you maintain it. The scriptures say, money can develop wings. And so you need to find the mindset and the ways of putting into a cage so that it does not depart from you. Especially now when the world is really under financial pressure. Not only Zimbabwe, but lots of countries. Some countries are now facing similar inflation. We are number one, of course, but others are following really hard, and they don't know what to do. And so I'm hoping that what we're going to share, I'm going to do two presentations. First one, then a short break, maybe, I don't know whether these guys, we've got a 5-minute break, and then we go into a question and answer. We should be done on time. Are you ready? All right. So, first of all, I want to say to somebody that money is not evil. Because we always think that money is evil. But I want you to know, and if you are a Christian, people have quoted that the love of money is the root of, in fact, the Bible then says the love of money is the root of all evil. But it did not say money. So money in itself is neutral. If you take out, I don't have in my wallet here, but if you take out your any currency that you might have in your pocket or in your purse, if you look at it, that currency is neutral. So if you give it to somebody who drinks, they will drink with it. If you give it to somebody who is philanthropical, they will give somebody and help somebody and pay school fees with the same money. If you give a murderer, he will go and shoot and kill somebody with it. So money in itself is not evil, it is neutral. What it does, that money takes the character of the one who has it. You understand what I'm saying? So money in itself is very neutral. You get it by exchange. You can't pray for money and say, money come. Money does not just come. Money comes when you exchange value, which means you have to come to the market and exchange value for it. Now, you can exchange. Some of you are working. That's the value that you are putting. The money that you are being paid is equivalent to the value that is deemed. You might think that I am being underpaid or whatever the case might be. And it's always the case. Nobody who is employed ever thinks they're being paid enough. But it is the market that determines what you are paid. And what you are paid is determined by the value that you are bringing to that organization. The higher the value, the higher the money. You don't have even to. And I always say to people, and I've said it again, that if you want to increase your pay, increase your value to the corporate that you are working or to the organization that you are in. But you have to exchange value for you to get money. So if you've got a money problem, you don't have a money problem, you've got a value problem. And one of the things that I also want to say is that money always responds to how it is handled. If you handle bad, money will run away from you. If you handle good, money will stick to you. I just want to say some things so that we can clear the air, and then we go into some practical things that I want you to talk about. When we talk about poverty, it's a whole system, but the backbone of poverty is lack of resources. Is lack of resources to live. Is lack of resources to live. Yesterday I was reading Zimstats. I don't know whether you guys saw it. That for you to be able to live in Zimbabwe as one person, you need 23,000 per month, according to Zimstats. Just for one person. One person. And I divided that, and then I realized that at a rate of 800, that's about zero. It's about 90 cents per day. 90 cents per day. And, UN, will then sort of like define poverty as somebody who is, extreme poverty is when you are living on less than $2 per day, which is $60. So if you are earning $60 per month and below, you are in extreme poverty. Then obviously there's relative poverty. So the poor, what we say poor in Zim and what we say poor in America or it's different, because in the US you are considered poor if you earn less than 24,000 US dollars per month, which is about 2,000. You'll be considered poor. But if you are in Zimbabwe, you are earning 2,000. You are the mbinga. You understand what I'm saying? You are the bowler, you are bowling with the big boys. Yeah? But so obviously, but what we are teaching here is that you also need to understand that the world is becoming a global village. So you cannot be satisfied in your own village. You cannot be a local hero. You have to be a global player. That's why in this organization or in this church, we try not to compete ourselves with people that are local. We have to compete with global churches or global enterprises. You understand what I'm saying? So for you at least to be out of global poverty, you need to be earning at least 2,000 US dollars per month. And that really puts a lot of people poor. So the poverty itself is graded. All right? So poverty, number one, it is a spirit. It is a spirit. If you read the Bible, it will say that the poverty is the destruction of the poor. So it can be a spirit. And it is corrected by deliverance. Now, we're not going to do a deliverance service here, poverty, in today. If you want that, we do it all the time. Could church, and so you come on our church side of things. Okay? But we have seen some people who have been gone for this deliverance, and some of you have gone for, I don't know how many deliverance. If you count all your fingers, no pera, your neighbor's fingers, no pera, and you're still poor because it's not enough. It's not enough. Poverty can also be a mindset. So some of you, we are poor not because you've got any demonic things that are affecting you, but because of the way you think. Say to your neighbor, it's the way you think, Shamar. Yeah? So the way you think is what we are trying to correct today. Is the way you think. Okay? Because the way you think is then corrected by knowledge. Is then corrected by knowledge. Because you were never taught about what we are talking about in school, so you do not know how to act, you do not know how to plan, you do not know how to handle money. You understand what I'm saying? And it tells us that mindset. You're going to see when you start talking about the things that how you need to organize your money and why money does not come to you, because money needs to be seduced. Money needs to be what? Seduced. When I say seduced, we all know what it is. You know how it is when you are. I still remember if Dee was here when I met her for the first time, I had to seduce her. Seduce is to make her attracted to me. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't the only guy around. I wasn't the most handsome. I didn't even have a six-pack. You get what I'm saying? I've got a one-pack. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm working on it though, but you can imagine. Huh? But why did she come to me? Because I seduced her. So money comes to somebody who, and imagine if I'm trying to seduce somebody and will you come to that person? No. And that's what we do with money. We speak against money. We speak against money. And then when you are at home, you are crying, good, you don't have money to pay rent. You are not seducing it. You understand what I'm saying? So I speak good about people with money. You understand what I'm saying? In the no, you get what I'm saying? So the way you speak, and obviously, and the behavior, poverty can also be a behavior which is corrected by implementation. So we can deliver you spiritually from your tribe of spirits and caps. How do you know that you've got a tribe of spirits? You are the first one. You know, I was talking to a certain lady who went to the UK yesterday. He is the first one from their tribe to go out of Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when you are the first one to go out of your tribe, out of Africa on a plane, you have just broken a spiritual barrier. You understand what I'm saying? You are the first one to drive a car. Transport. You know there are spirits there. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody anoperapa Warren Pakdin, do go and sit in the town, do panagasper. You know good, apana gana one. But so behavior, how you behave when with money. You know, munge mun pana bandakampa 1,000. Antanga ujamba. Tukita say nasa man. Phone around we say didn't marry. Netaza 1,000. So it's your behavior. So behavior is corrected by. So all the three things, they need to be active for you to change. So you must be spiritually free from the spirit of poverty and all the kind of curses and all the kinds of things. You know how it is. And a lot of people are suffering from that, but that can be solved. You need to solve that, especially if you are coming from Africa. I don't know what Africa does. A story is told about somebody who was in America. His uncle appeared pambeta agarara. And the uncle said, ndakakutumira iwewe kuti ndikuda $100. Hausati watumira. Pandinodzoka panapa ndokusota. The guy went back. Why are you not using that technology to make the $100? To me, it doesn't make any sense. But that's Africa for you. That's Africa for you. Somebody will fly from everywhere, come to you and say, Shamara, $50. But we fly without an engine. And you cannot create $50. So, one thing I can tell you there is a spirit of poverty. Cases that can stop you, and you have to deal with them at a spiritual level. Then after you have dealt with that, you then have to deal with your mindset. And you're going to see mindsets that we're talking about and what you need to change. Once you deal with the mindset, which means you have to change your thinking. I had to deal with my own thinking about money because I wasn't brought up in a wealthy family. But I needed to change my mind to have a wealthy mindset. You understand what I'm saying? And then I have to implement those things. So a lot of people are told what to do, but they never implement, yet they expect change. So you don't expect change because you are seated here. You expect change when you go and practice what you are learning from here. You understand what I'm saying? And there are very few people who tell you the things that I'm telling you, because most rich people, they are quiet. They don't want. You know what? And I always tell them that sometimes you have got the big brother mentality. Big as will work. I don't go, no, you need to work hard, you need to push, you know, some of these things. And if even in their testimonies you listen, hey, I did this and the rest is history. No, it is the history that I want to know. You understand what I'm saying? So you are telling me nothing. And unongo by papa unengone feeling ukuthi munhu ane mari but angazizwa no then ndakazotenga mota ndakazodeso ndakazoita so ngokuthi munhu ane mari dzake, but how did you make it? And that's the difference with this entrepreneurship class. We teach you the house, we teach you the practical things that are applicable. All right, so first thing first that I want you to know is when you are dealing with money, you can never advance in the area of money without you having what I call a saving culture. A saving what? Culture. Most of you, when you get money, the first thing that you ask that money, what can I use it for? No matter what it is, what can I use it for? As long as you don't have a saving culture, my friend, you are in trouble. You are going to go broke no matter how much you are earning. There's a book renowned, The Richest Man from Babylon. Has anybody heard of it? Some people have heard about it. How many have read it? Fewer. Okay? You need to read it. The Richest Man in Babylon. It's an old book. It's an old book, 1930. But it's got something that is very important about money. That money will accumulate in the purse of a person that saves. And in that book, it says you need to save at least 10% of what you earn. And if you are a Christian, the Bible says a fool spends everything he gets. It didn't talk about the amount that he's getting. As long as you are spending your whole salary every month, you are a fool. Just talk to your neighbor and discern in Dimari. So don't hate me. Huh? Don't hate the messenger. Huh? So if I say how many fools? So in nearly for the past 20 years, I have never finished all my money in 1 month. I always save. If my wife were here, she will tell you that I save. I make sure I save. Even if it's like a pressure, I save. So you need to have a saving what? Culture. You have to implement it. Start saving some $20, some $100, some saving something. If I tell you the amount that I'm saving, it's crazy. It's crazy, really crazy. Yeah, because I save a whole entire income from somewhere. I'd save it. And I'm not lying, because that money is not for giving to people. You are too generous. That's why you are too generous to other people's emergencies. And you understand what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah. Somebody, I just couldn't school fees in 1 month. Pa holiday, papa, holiday. Instagram. Hey, live life. I did it. You need to save. I did it. Then that person also wuya manj. 2 days school fees zaita ndikukumbura mari ini ndoita basa rekusevha iwo uchidya maya. You understand what I'm saying? Oh yes. Sandokunyima in the name of Jesus. Because my job is not for me to serve, to give you. Because there's a purpose of the serving that I am doing. Okay? So, the first thing that you must serve, you must learn to serve. Number one, everybody must serve for what I call an emergency fund. An emergency fund. And we have all forgotten what happened during COVID. You have already forgotten. Do you think that was the last pandemic? Do you think there's no another pandemic which is come, which is more deadly, which will cause things to be closed again? How many months were you closed in? 5, 6. Botswana was closed in for a whole year. And some of people did not even have any money. Some of you are 1 month away from poverty. Because you've got, even if you are fired from that job, right now you've got job security. There is no job security because you can be fired. That company can just close. Mangwana, your boss can just come and say, you get what I'm saying? We do that all the time in the position that we are now. By 30% and your name appears. And you go before God to no, it's you. It's you who was not prepared. You must have 3 to 6 months of monthly expenses. So whatever it costs for you to live with your family, that money must be there for at least 3 to 6 months. If you don't have it, you are financially irresponsible. So if anything happens, if anything happens, close down. If anything happens, I expect you to uzotanga kuchema after 6 months. If you start to chema after 2 months, you were financially illiterate. You were never taught that a person or a family, no matter whether you are single, you need to have 6 months, minimum 3, at least 6 months of must be saved. So me and Pastor D, we've got 6 months. In fact, we don't have 6, we've got 12. In fact, we don't have 12, we've got 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. So when I got sick, COVID, and I was stuck at home for about almost 2 months, the family did not experience anything. They did not lack anything because the emergency fund was there. Now, can I tell you something about emergency? Everybody has got an emergency. Every 10 years, you've got an emergency where you are going to need to push out at least 5,000 to 10,000. Everybody, you have an emergency. Every year, you've got a smallish emergency. So each year, there is something that will take you 1,000. A best tire, car accident, free Jaffa. Those are not demons. You treat those things by planning. You get what I'm saying? Every 5 years, so every 10 years, every person will hit some major thing that will need some money. And it's not the time you go to Gamariacho ipap. That money must be saved in an emergency fund. So you build it up. So you might not build up Maria say 3 months, but start building it up. Start building it up. Bichana over the next year. Make it a goal in your life that by end of 2023 December, at least 3 months of my salary. So if you save 10, so you need to save at least 10%, 5%, and then you start to build and make sure you've got salaries, you've got at least the amount that you use, your rent, your food, your what. You should never suffer. You must have a saving account. Am I talking to somebody? Oh yeah. Now, because when people come to this one, marry and then tora maloni, wakatora maloni, usina this wisdom. That loan you will finish it and inopera because you don't have the quality that seduces and keeps money. This is what keeps money. Okay. Number 2, you must save. You must save at least 10% of the money that you are earning. Again. You must save and invest. Now, I love women, Zimbabwean women. They do these rounds. Keep them up. The only problem I have with those rounds is that you use those rounds for consumerism. You get what I'm saying? They do a round, tenga table, do round, tenga stove, do round. But you must do round for investment. You get what I'm saying? Do a round, you go to look, urukutenga imba, or urukutenga mashes, or urukutanga business, or urukuta something. Are you getting what I'm saying? You must invest, you must serve to invest, not serve to eat. Am I talking? So, as rich people, we don't eat. We don't eat our money, which I work for. The money that I work for, I call it aggressive income. The money that I eat, I call it passive income. It is money. It is when I take money that I worked for, I put it into an investment vehicle. The money that comes from that investment vehicle is what I eat. I'm not eating the money that I worked for. So when you see me buying Jaguars and whatever, or what, are you getting what I'm saying? I'm not eating my money. The babies from my money. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So when you see me drinking milk, it's because I've bought a milk cow, which then start to produce the what? The milk. You are drinking milk and you are buying the milk from me. You see the difference? It's a different mindset. So I want you to be investor oriented. When you serve, when you do those rounds, you must make sure you invest most of that money. Rounds with guys never work because once ango poor anvatisa achabatika anvatima phone. I don't know what's wrong with us Zimbabwean men. You know, this idea of deal kutukuvara, deal is a good word. Kudira kusukuvara. Kuvara, it's chimbava. You get what I'm saying? But the word deal, it means an agreement. But we never seem to. So what I actually do, I've joined my round evakats. Because vakats vatori more faithful. I'm telling you, I've seen it. Muruma ngati kati around that, dindo tangwa. Kanti siri kutangwa adipinde. Because I'm more faithful, you get what I'm saying? But with women, you are better off, you men. Topinda around, talk to your wife, topinda around, you don't go. But Marie, you are building your savings, you are building for investment. Am I talking? I'm telling you, this is practical here. You get what I'm saying? So I invest, so I use every time I'm investing in my businesses, I'm investing in property, I'm investing in things that give me money. One of the things that I also do is good. You must save for my fees. Fees. Now, vanawako vachiri young. I did go. So number one, I save for their school fees per term. So my fees, I'm giving for they take about 16,000 a term. So what I save per month, we're not gonna Buddha sugar. You know what I'm saying? South is simple. Father, I call money from the west, from the north. Let it come. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you save. But the most thing that I'm now saving, my fees, I'm saving for university fees. I have seen a lot of people which broke up on my university fees. Iwewe mwana wako ari grade 1. Urukuta achiri kure. Those 13 years, 6 years plus 7 plus 6, zinofamba very fast. And before you know it, I don't university. And you've got no money. I say gap year, abanachi bands. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So you need to start. So I started saving for my university years when they were still in primary. So right now, I've got university fees for at least 2 of them. All of them, they are already there. So when because success is when preparation mix, when opportunity mix preparation. So I already have how to manage money. So that's why you don't see me just buying all the things and shout. I first make sure these things are saved for. Then those bowler. I don't bowl when these things are not sorted out. You are bowling, yet you've got nothing. If you wear a good suit today, we'll comment today. But if you wait tomorrow, takat comment akudara. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to save for that. And then obviously you need to save for major projects, weddings, cars, and things like that. So right now I'm saving for car. Yeah, Pastor D, she's turning 40 next year. So I want to give a good gift. And I know the gift. So I want to buy a Range, brand new plastic. After all, that's what she has been driving. It's not her first brand new car. She has been in that world for some time now. And I just want to be sure that I'm grateful. Because when I was dying, she was there for me, nursing me. So what can I do for somebody who did not run away? Because that I didn't remember that this. Go to oi mwana wenyu. Most of it up. Yeah, Africa. All right, let's move. Taking too much time. Then we must manage debt. So most people have got debt, squared. And most people don't even know they are squared with Zwagamira. So if possible, do not go into debt or limit debt. Because most of your debt, if you look at it, it's debt that you went into by consuming things. You bought clothes, you bought this, you bought that, you did this. Most of us, our debt is not investment debt. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So if I'm going to go into debt, I must take that money and invest into something. So I do have debt. I can pay it off. As a rule, I just say, you shouldn't take more debt more than 1 month's salary, unless if it's for a house. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have 1 month's salary, and you will have a bad name. You understand what I'm saying? So I try to avoid debt, but I have used debt to finance certain business things. You understand what I'm saying? Huh? But you must pay. You must pay back. If you're going to use debt, then use debt for income generating, not for buying wigs and buying clothes and buying cars, and use it for something that will generate money. Unless if it's a mortgage or something like that, or if it's a car which will then generate you money. So if you look at most of your debts, they are really consumer debt. So once you eat it, once you weigh it, you are appetite. All right, so this is what you need to do when you're handling debts. Number one, you must list all your debts from the biggest to the smallest. Then when you're doing debt management, you must actually pay the smallest debt first. The reason why we say you must pay the smallest debt first is because when you pay the smallest debt first, you've got a sense of relief. The number of people that are attacking you every end of month. Those calls where you say, John, can't see you again now, man. Marry with the phone. John, and the phone, you said the guy, I've handed to Dr. CHIRISA, and that, yes. And I'm hunting you down. I want my money. You know what I'm saying? So you need to start to pay the smallest debt so that you get the number of people that you are dealing with out. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And most of you, when you are doing debt management, you avoid people that you've got debt. Don't avoid. Don't avoid them. Call them. So I've got a debt with a certain bank. And so the payment was pretty high. It was 4.6 thousand US. It was for one of the properties that I bought. So because of the things that were happening, I then called them. And I said, I want to speak to a credit controller. And that I know, the repayment I quit. I can't afford it. So I'm suggesting it be reduced to 3,000. And do you know what the credit controller said? He said, you are the only one that has come. Others we have to follow. When people follow you, they are now ruthless. When you go to them, they are more patient. Because you have built trust. You understand what I'm saying? And I told them, they agreed the amount. Because I told them, I said, you know what? I can tell you a figure which is impossible, but I can tell you a figure which you know good is guaranteed. So somebody on a date now, can I worth 500? Don't pose. I know what money is also. Panunga munanda go na bank akabat ko akanzwe. Oh, you know how it is. But if you call the people that you've got debt over chamar and start kukutiza, unomuza kuti inini zvokutiza andizvigone. I acknowledge ndine mari yako. But Maria yandakati ndichakubhadhara $50 per month. It's not practical right now. But I can afford 20. Let's agree about it. But I understand. But you know what? Do you know I'm going to 50, but let's agree on something practical and the my friends. Am I talking to somebody? I'm giving somebody wisdom here. So don't let the people that you all call you first, you call them first in on the preemptive strike. And whenever you are negotiating, when you preempt first, Munu will probably bring down their expectations to your level. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I want to Munu akatara price yechin. Akatinduda 1,000 over the saka and chatombo negotiate naye. But you wakatanga akatinduda nduda badra 700. That guy is now under pressure. Achakwanisa kunduda 1,000. And that already 750 or 800, because you want to set at the tone of the negotiation. So whenever you are negotiating, don't you can listen to what the other person is saying, but you can also know the amount of money after you've done your research which you want, and you strike first. So once you that tower determine the bandwidth of that negotiation. True? I'm teaching you things that will help you here. And then when you've paid off the small debt, don't start eating the money. Look for the next debt to start to clear. Until you start to clear my debts. You understand what I'm saying? Until you are out of debt, until you can greet anybody and call everybody. Continue until you finish. Are we together? All right. The next thing that you must do, I'm changing your mindset. You must use a budget. How many people in this room have got a monthly budget? Hands up. Less than a third. Less than a third. A country needs a budget. A company needs a budget. A proper company. We're actually going to go for a budget session at Simmers. Starting August, we're going to do a strategy, then budget. We're going to finish the budget. It takes us about 3-4 months to come up with the budget. If you don't have a budget, you are not serious about money. What is a budget? A budget is a spending plan. You don't decide what to do with money when money enters your account or enters your hand. You decide what to use money well before the money arrives. You've got a clear budget. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you list all your things, your necessities, the things that you must pay. You must have a family. So me and Pastor D, we've got a family budget. We know exactly how much we need and for the house, for the fuel, for clothes, for chi, for fees and all that. We've got a budget. She's got a budget for her own self, you know, and then I've got on my budget for rangu, the moments with my boys. You get what I'm saying? His and his. A budget is necessary. If you don't have a budget, you are indisciplined. You cannot be rich. So when money comes, even surprise money, even gifts money, or even win for. When it arrives, and the first thing that I do is I open my budget and say, with this amount of money, what can it do on my budget? And it goes and so I can have a lot of money. Several weeks ago, paid quite a month ago, paid quite a handsome money, six-figure kind of money. I didn't even handle it. I didn't even touch it. It all went to budgeted investments. You'll never know whether I've got money or I don't have money. Even when I've got money, I do because more money inotonetsa kuto budget than little money. Little money ngizoti ngatingo padrema gets ngizozerese. Zapera. But when you get like 200,000 US, you are now thinking, what should I do? Should I buy a house? Should I buy a car? Should I invest? Should I put it offshore? Should I put it here? Should I buy my flats? Should I what? Should I what? So I'm not talking things. I'm not talking fiction. This year has been 100-fold for real. But you must have a budget. You must stick to it. Please, let's stick to it. Sit down. Let's have that budget. So if you're serious about managing money, you must have a budget. You stick to the budget. When you get money above the budget, you put that money into those savings. And in fact, in your budget, savings must be there. You understand? Once you have reached those targets, you can start doing other things. You can start looking, or I always say, you know what? In this country, it's very simple to look rich. You just buy a Range Rover. A Range Rover in Italy, let's say 200, most expensive 240. My 300 series is 240, 220. But you can get it for 160. You can get a second hand for 160. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Zabuda, you can get them for 100. You can actually be poor and be driving big cars. You understand what I'm saying? So I want you to be investment oriented. Investment oriented. So I'm 45 years now. So my job now is to change most of my aggressive income into passive income. When you are starting, when you are earlier, most of your money will be aggressive. It will be you working. So you work and put that into investments. At some point, those investments will start to pay you. And at some point, 50-50, as you get older, you want your aggressive income to be less than your passive. You understand what I'm saying? And by the time you reach 50 or 60, your passive income should be more than your aggressive. Because I'm now going to retire or sit back, but I will be a very rich sekuru. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a plan. It's a thinking. It's a thinking. All right? So this is our budget outline if you are a member of this church or you are a Christian. We pay our tithes. We pay our tithes. You understand what I'm saying? Those who know what I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about. We then save 10%. We then invest 10%. Then 70% you can use for whatever. If you finish the 70%, we're going to worry then this also. But those three things are the ones that are going to move your financial things. I'm going to change your financial things. If you do this consistently every time for the next 10 years, 20 years, you will never be broke. You will always have money. You understand what I'm saying? So you've got your savings, which is ready money you save it until your chakuteaita. Then your investments, you're investing 10% or whatever, and that 10 investment will give you more money because most of your money is then going to come from the investment. But all your aggressive income, you use this, and this is what we use. We save. I think now, per my investments, per my savings, the investment, I think I'm almost at 40%. I save 40% of my income, if not 50, every month. Because now the quantum yakura, you get what I'm saying? It's no longer 1,000, and just save 1,000. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So when 8,000, you stick to that. as it grows, don't increase your level of living before you increase. I always say you only increase the level of your living if you have invested money that will start to give you income or passive income that is able to support that level of income. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you change naso kanzi wa promote kwatika wa kutambara 6,000 wo venontenga then over watanga kunogara ku Boredo Brook where you are paying 2.5. Aditika basa over appear in 6 months, which means ukuthi wakuva ku Brook kwekwe wakudzokera futhi chi kumfombi. Adikuzwanzwala. But if ndakapoa 6,000 here, if it is me, I will not change. You get what I'm saying? I will then put my money into an investment which is then able to give me the 2.5. So that I do not go down even when things change, because because I've got an investment which is now able to sustain my life. Every increment urukuva watching the lifestyle. Every increment. So at the moment you are not zingwa 2 months, uruno very fast. I mean, you have seen those kind of people, are not like a shooting star. Before uchukutaranya kuti ningakadaya so was tsano wangu kunzo kwakaoma ngati muzandora munhu adzokoko kuti akazodzoko kurini, because he went beyond what his invested income was able to do. So I'm very, very careful. At some point I was staying kuchitungisa, and people were asking me, why are you staying there? And I go, no, I'm investing so that when I leave this place I will not go down. You understand what I'm saying? I now have got investments that are able to finance the lifestyle. So don't copy my lifestyle. Are you get what I'm saying? Because I have invested so many years for me to sustain the lifestyle and now. Is that clear? Is this helping? Am I boring? Did you take a picture of that? So that's what you need to do. You need to be tithing, giving, you need to be saving, you need to be investment, and then in your 70% do whatever. So after that, my investment, I'm going to pay my tithe. Maria Sarah, dineters, and know that whether I wanted the could think what the last time actually, I'm not to think him is the 3,000, the winter. Because it's Sarah Pachi, plus 70%. You understand what I'm saying? Saka iyo chirandakadya, chirandakapfachura ndini. But those 30 iyo is the first thing that must be removed. All right. Now we are talking. Panagambo zuzgona maiwageres. Onamdara. And I'm giving you this for free. I need to start making you guys pay me. All right. I need to move fast. I'm taking too much time. I'm teaching like a pastor. Or I am. Then you must also have what I call risk management. Risk management. You must have medical aid. As you get older, naturally you will need some help. At some point everybody will need some help. You get what I'm saying? And medical expenses are one of the most expensive. And if you go into the Bible, the lady with the issue of blood, all his money was used up by the physicians. To see a physician right now is $100. My test, my chima, what one's up, what open 3,000. Wakanzi une liver failure, wakanzi une kidney failure. Kidney failure, it's 250 per session. You need 3 per month, per week. So we know that 750 times 4. You know 5. You will meet Peter. You will meet John earlier. And I smart demon. All you needed to do was to have a what? A medical aid. On medical aid, less than half. It's irresponsible for you to have a wife and kids and you don't have medical aid. You are an irresponsible adult. You are irresponsible. So everybody, some needs to have go kune medical unotama paunita se paunosvikira ariko ema $20 kana zvaita weto yema 60 kana zvanyasoita sesu wendo yema 200 yacho yekuti unofuraizwa kuchina nekup but chimboite yekuti munorapwawo. You understand? You put it, if you are a businessman, you put it on your business account. You go and join as a business. If you don't have come to our company, Simas will put you to now of all sizes. Measure wega wovwatana pako wega to atakukava. But at least, kana usina unaenda kuma clinics edu, na nakutanga nduku advertiser, but why not? Dilika GM watch. Saka don't go advertise. But I'm actually helping you. You get what I'm saying? So you need to be on medical aid. The moment you start working, you need to be on medical aid. If you've got kids, you need to be on medical aid. We don't want any emergency. If you're a member of this church, you give us emergency. Tunoda kuya zokona ku hospital. But wakabadara ma bills ako. Not good. Hey, this church I na love. No, love into yandu kutokupa kuti it's a medical aid. Hey, pandakarwara hapana kana mari yakambobuda. Hey, what? So you must have medical aid because you are covering an eventuality. And kurwara kunoita se kunouya. Okay. Funeral cover. You need to have funeral cover. Get somehow. Get it. And its funeral cover is so cheap. It's about like $3 per person or $2 or something. Old Mutual Yakatanga recently in a funeral cover and all that, it could be $12 for a family of 3 or 4 per month. Now don't say I'm young. It's not faith. How many of your people in your class have you buried? Don't be stupid. Don't argue from extremes. Adiga. Kuti saka saka inini matinto senza kochirema chineta se. You're arguing from extremes. Urichiremere wewe. You get what I'm saying? Let's argue in the realm of normalcy. You need to have so I have cover. So ndakafa hapana mbonze ngatitere box chakuti everything is covered for my kids, for my chakuti, even the graves. Ndakatotenga ma graves. Do you know my grave certificate? Tengera munhu wese. Because you need to plan. Money, it needs to be, you have to plan. You don't want to be mutoro. We are alive for mutoro. Wa for mutoro. No. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure your car is insured. Home insurance. Thieves out here. If you've got valuable things, if you've got good things, and house insurance is so cheap. Go per sell any child house insurance is so cheap for your house. My contents are really like I covered mine. That furniture maybe is worth about 150,000. And most of your furniture is not even 150,000 because the most expensive thing is the sofa rate 4,000. And you've got one lounge. And I've got 4 my lounge. Average sofa price is like 10,000. So 50,000 my sofa. So it's so cheap. I think I paid $400 for the whole year. You understand what I'm saying? For your, laptop, but can I be wearing mumba? When I report, laptop, no one. You get what I'm saying? Saka, some of the things I think, hey, Satan apinda. No. We must cover for my risk. We must manage risks. Am I talking? How to manage it? Man. I want to pose those questions. And the other one, which I always say there, is life assurance. I think I left it. I've got life assurance. If anything happens to me, my kids will get money. Real money. How did it go? You should. And it's so cheap. It's so cheap. You can get a life assurance in the old mutual up to 75,000. No medical aid, no medical test needed, or things like that. Get a US dollar one, pay $10. If anything happens to you, you will. Those people will get money. You get what I'm saying? Don't leave them very bondless, like what our parents did. What? My time is up for this session. Let me see how far I need to go. All right, but I will cover up. But I was already here. Retirement preparation. I've done my retirement preparation for quite a number of companies, and one of the things which happened there is good. When I did people that were retiring at the end of their work or were being now fired, the people said, you should have told us this when we started work. So you don't think about your retirement when you're about to retire. You think about your retirement now when you're starting to work. How do you want to retire? How much money do you want to earn while retire? Don't be a burden to your children. Biblically, that's not the order. Biblical order is good. You must leave an inheritance for your children. Children, I'm not saying don't keep your parents, because I want to put this question. You get what I'm saying? They didn't know, but now you know. So you must. So I've got a retirement plan. I'm working a retirement plan. My investments are going into my retirement plan. So I'm saying, can I retire? How much? What kind of standard do I want to live? How much do I want to live? And I start investing things that go into that. Inini, I'm going the investment, the rental route. So I know the number of houses that I need for me to have that money, which will be able to cover my expenses when I'm retired. I will not need Muno or anybody. So I know it's for their own blessing. But in so you plan now. And why it is important is good. It then gives you the energy to run. You let your business grow. Because now I'm 2,500. I'll start to Tanga. Because you have to invest this while you are alive. And with health, we are now starting to see our age. Zimbabwe was at one time 36. Now it's 56. And we are now starting to see quite old Zimbabweans. You get what I'm saying? So it will even go any chronic cure for HIV. People purely cured with no HIV. So people are going to stop dying and starting to live long. Average age for America is 79, 74. We will reach there right now. You get what I'm saying? How are you going to live at that age? Most of our retirement plan is blacks kwenda kumusha. That's why there's so much poverty kumusha. Wakumirira kutumirwa whatever. You get what I'm saying? Are you going to be like that? And now you are saying, hey, it's tough. But a few years ago you were a teenager. You were 15, you were grade 7. Now you are 33. In a few years' time you'll be 30, you'll be 55, you'll be 60. You know, boys we always, because Tantriku medical school got 21. And it's Tama 46, Nema 45, Takasangana Tedra 21. But you know, that white blazer, Wakure. And so jump out, jump up on the 1 meter with a are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. So you need to prepare it now. I'm just opening your mind. We need to start to manage money now and early. And when you get money, how it zungu. Because Mazimbabwe is anta zungu. Is this helping? All right? Moving country. A lot of people are moving country. You must choose carefully. You must investigate. You must be realistic. Please don't send your money to invest in Musha. Most people are not faithful enough. Keep your money. Invest in Gogo. Tenga in Gogo. If you want to move back, then you move with your money. Don't come also. This Am I talking? I'm giving advice. I've seen people cry. And have a clear plan when they go to what is it that why are you going there and what you want to achieve there. You understand what I'm saying? Wakaona zvanetsa dzoka. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's better to earn less money in a more comfortable place than to earn a lot of money on a top of a roof. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes their mental health issues, the likelihood for you to go into depression as an immigrant is higher than, because we're not social. You understand what I'm saying? So go. Why I say go is good. I've gone. I've been to the States. States. And there are a number of people here who are going to States. Robert lived in States for some time. And we left. So now you can tell us, good end of States. You get what I'm saying? That woman have passed out up. Na Pastor D. Takata pass out. Takata garam flat. Takata say. Takasiya furniture. Takata no. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why I like you to go is good. I don't want you to regret. Could die. Go and experience. But go there with a mission. But don't live a life of regret. Clear? All right. Benevolence. Then we take a 5-minute break. Black tax, you have to manage black tax. Because black tax is one of the things which keep a lot of people poor. You also have to budget it. In my budget, mangu in a black tax budget. Do you know what it benevolence? There's a line that runs benevolence. So I help my relatives within that budget. Can a budget ya pera? Ya ita say? Ya pera. Don't take all the responsibilities. You get what I'm saying? Because there are some people who go to, you take responsibilities. After Vakfana good to Roma responsibilities, you are still taking the responsibilities. Share the responsibilities. Because you keep yourself broke for 20 years. Mun wese auno dzitsewe. Vashoma onumbodzoka vosko po something. It's very rare. Because there's a lot of entitlement within our black. One brother told me, good, I didn't even choose to be born in this family. You understand what I'm saying? So you help within a budget, but don't destroy yourself trying to be helping everybody. And some people then go and help that's super dead. You get what I'm saying? And for 20 years you are stuck at one place. Those people are advancing at your own expense. In any one thing that I do, and I say it, I never expend myself and my kids. Those people are my priority. I then help out of my overflow, but not kundobisa mwana wangu kuchikoro kwa arikuita kwandataura mafiza haya kuti hey muri kuesta mari imari yako. Are you what I'm saying? Imari yangu ndindakachuza ndindakadetermina zvandikuda mwana wangu izoso arikutobva kuchikoro arikutoya nendege arikuzondora. So ndindakachuza lifestyle iyoyo. So ndoya ndikuda. You understand what I'm saying? So I help, but you need to manage black tax. Especially our women. Sometimes you muravarairo. Hey man, brother, just say you choose the people that helped you. Don't want to know it until one year so marry. Don't be you get what I'm saying? You are better off investing into yourself, increase your child, then we increase at the budget yeah black tax yacho. Then could that increase that? We start one marry. Okay. Don't overpromise people. Could you mention grade 1 ushaka invest kanata masters ndokubhadharira. Tell them good zvinhu zviri kunetsa. Tichaita patineta se patogona so that they don't expect to market, especially parufu vanhu vanotora maresponsibility. Don't worry sekuru, tiripo isusu. Iwe uripo iwewe. Huh? Keep quiet. You understand what I'm saying? The other thing which I also say is good. Don't take too many people in your house. Help them where they are. Because if the moment you take a person, some person about you've got a monkey on your back. I'm not saying the people are monkey. I'm not degrading them. But it's like a monkey. When you are eating a banana, you also have to give it. So, wakabadra mun school fees, kumba kwa urugombadra school fees. But awayamba mago, paunotenga yembe nyuwa nufana umtengero. Paunotenga yogurt nufana umtengero. So you increase your expensive. Sometimes it's better kubasra mun arizi, ari koko. Is this helping? All right.